Welcome to the latest Coverage Book webinar. I'll just let everyone come in. I can see you all coming in now, which is great. If you've not been to one of these before, my name's Laura. I head up customer success here at Coverage Book, and with me is David, who heads up support. And with us in the wings on the keyboard is Will, who's just said hi. Hi, Will. Will is on hand to cover any questions that you have. So do keep him busy because he does love to chat in the chat. So feel free to say hello and where you're from. Hi, Sue. We're from, in case you don't know, we're from the UK. We're down near Brighton, or scattered very near Brighton at the moment. And for today's webinar, I'm quite excited about this one. I feel we've done loads of webinars this year because we've done loads of work on different things you can add to Coverage Book and what you get back. But I got super blown away by the latest one because I would have thought it would be impossible to be able to capture an Instagram story and show it to someone a few days later just by getting the link. But it turns out the clever people behind Coverage Book have actually made that happen, which is super cool, super impressive. So I know how hard it is to try and get screen grabs of those links when they're live so that people a few days, weeks, months later can see what happens. So part of this session will be going through how to do that. Yes, Jessica, you're very excited as well. There is a caveat, is that you still need to grab the link when it's live, but that should still make your job so much easier. So the three main things we'll go through today is the three platforms that we've improved on recently, which is Instagram with Instagram stories, loads more improvements to Facebook. So we've been making improvements to Facebook, I feel, all year, and we keep getting better and better. There's so many different things you can record in Facebook. And the other one is print, which I'm also super excited for because I know that's the one that in the past has taken a lot more sort of manual editing to be able to add things, and we haven't given that much back. There might be a slight workaround, I think, for maybe people who are used to adding print to Coverage Book and renaming files so they look different. But once you see the new system and what it does, you can still name everything as you need to, and should still save you time. But it's sort of understanding how we grab that print coverage, what we get from it, and how you can edit it. But I won't talk for too long. I'll hand you over to David, as I always do, who is amazing at doing sort of the demo part of the webinar. Feel free to answer questions. You can answer them if you want. Feel free to ask questions as you go along. Like I say, we'll be there in the chat. This will be recorded and sent to anybody that has registered, so don't worry about taking loads of notes. And we always pride ourselves in getting all of this done within the half an hour. I think we went over once, David, didn't we?
We did, yeah.
But we know how busy you all are, so hopefully this will just be jam-packed with information so you can see what to add. I think I've covered everything, David. Is there anything else I should have covered?
No.
I shall hand over to you then.
Thanks, Laura. Hi, everyone. Yeah, so actually, the start of this webinar is going to be very similar to one of the last ones that we did. But before we dive into like all the good stuff around Facebook, Instagram, and print coverage, what I wanted to do was to just quickly recap on. So I'm just going to share my screen really quickly. I just wanted to recap on the different types of coverage that you can add to Coverage Book right now. Let me just quickly make sure I'm sharing the right screen. There we go. It might take a few moments. Yes, there we go. So we're going to look at the what types of coverage can you add page first, which is just a really good overview of the types of things that you can add. Online articles, this is obviously a popular one for us. So if you upload a URL for a web page, we'll collect metrics, a full-length screenshot, and also information about the publication and outlet itself. And then we move into all of the social media platforms that we support. Now, it really will differ depending on the type of platform that you're adding, but currently you can upload content from YouTube and we will collect a playable video. We'll collect the number of subscribers to the channel, the number of video views, and also engagements, so things like likes, comments, and shares. This is also similar for the other social media platforms that we support, and the metrics will vary depending on what you're uploading. And where possible, we will try to collect actual views, but where that's not possible, we will estimate those. So for example, with Instagram, which we're definitely going to be talking about today, if you upload content from Instagram, so something like a post, we'll collect the followers, an image, number of likes and comments, and also we'll estimate views. So where it's not possible for us to collect actual views, we will predict how many of an account's followers we think are likely to have viewed the specific post. It's really similar to something, it's really similar to how we do online estimated views. So if you're interested, get in touch with us on support@coveragebook.com and we can share more information on how we do that. TikTok, really good one for us as well. If you upload any TikTok content, we'll collect metrics and a playable embed there as well. And the same is also true for X. Now, Spotify. If you upload a playlist, we will collect the number of likes of the playlist and also the number of followers. And this will also be a little playable embed widget where you can play the tracks directly from your Coverage Book report. We can also support episodes for Spotify podcasts. So if you upload something like an episode URL, we will pull through details about the episode and also a screenshot for you too. So that's really cool. Actually, it's not updated on this page yet, but recently we also added support for Apple Podcasts. So if you upload an Apple Podcast channel URL or an Apple Podcast episode URL, we will also collect data about that too, which is super cool. If you upload lots of Twitch content, that will work really well for you. Clips, videos, etc. Just add the URL and we'll collect followers, engagements, and views. And Facebook. So this is another one that we're going to be talking about today. We've worked hard to increase the amount of support that we can offer for Facebook. So uploading various types of content, we will collect metrics back for those, and we'll have a look at that in a little moment. So I won't talk about that too much here. LinkedIn, another really popular platform request for us actually. So if you do upload something like a LinkedIn profile or a post URL, we will collect information about that and a screenshot, including some metrics. And then finally, what we're going to cover today is print. So this is a really big update for us, and it will really help you to work faster when you're uploading something like print clipping images, because we're now using smart image analysis to try and collect as much data as we can about the file without you needing to input that manually. So without further ado, I'm going to switch over to my Coverage Book report and we'll have a look through some of the content there. So let me just quickly switch to the front cover. Excuse me. My mouse isn't working. There we go. So this has some example content that I've uploaded, and we're going to look at Facebook first. Now, there are 4 different types of content that you can upload from Facebook. If you upload a profile URL, so something like the Yellowstone National Park Service Facebook account I've used here today as an example, we will collect a nice screenshot and also the followers for the profile or the account and all of the details there. Metrics are kind of content specific, so it really will depend on what you're uploading to what you see. But obviously for something like a profile page, there won't be any individual likes or engagements or views, etc. So you'll just see the followers there. Posts, these probably make up a large part of Facebook content that we see customers upload. Again, if you upload a post URL, we'll collect a number of engagements. This will be likes and comments. You'll also see, again, the followers and image. We'll set up the outlet for you as well at the top here. and we'll also estimate views for Facebook posts. So this is one occasion where, because we can't get actual post level views, we estimate using Coverage Book's algorithm, which we've adapted for social media coverage and content. Now, Reels. Facebook Reels are quite a new addition for us. It's only really been possible to collect Reels reliably recently, so this is a really good addition. So if you upload something like a Reel URL, we'll collect a playable embed of the Reel and all of those followers and engagements. We don't currently estimate views for Reels, but this may be something that we look into adding in the future. And then finally, events pages. If you upload an events URL, we will collect an image of it, and we'll also collect the number of responses that the event has had. So the number of people that have said that they're going to attend, which is really cool if you wanted to track that kind of data in your Coverage Book account. Now, with Facebook, let's have a look at a little bit of troubleshooting first. And I'm just going to actually dive into the Yellowstone Facebook account. It's always best to use the original and direct URL when you're uploading something like a social media post. And to be honest, the same is true for any social platform. So for example, if you are on the profile page, you can just quickly grab the facebook.com/Yellowstone NPS URL at the top and import that. If you are looking to import something like a Facebook post, it's always worth getting the original post URL. So if I click on this featured post here, you'll see that you could use this one at the top. So essentially, for Facebook especially, the URL must contain the name of the Facebook account, because this is what we use to actually find out what account it is, and then we can collect all of those metrics and information for you. If you don't have that available, what you can try to do is click on the 3 dots in the top right of any post that you're viewing, hit the embed option, and then choose advanced settings. And then from here, you can access the original Facebook post URL, which should work really, really well for you. So I would recommend using that where necessary if you haven't already got that available. What you might actually see if you upload something on Facebook that doesn't quite work very well, you may see something like this. So you might see error or log into Facebook, or you might even see an image that says this content's no longer available, or this content isn't possible to view, or something like that. If that happens, you'll know that something has broken there along the way. Now, the main reason for that is probably 2 things. It's either that the account that you're trying to upload from has disabled embeds, so it will be a privacy setting. If that's the case, you can check it by clicking on the 3 dots in the top right. If you don't see an embed option on the post that you're trying to upload, the chances are it's been not allowed by the influencer's account, and so it won't really work. The same is also true for Instagram as well. So if ever you're wondering why an Instagram post isn't uploading, check whether or not the embed is available for us to capture. Obviously, if you do have access to the content and are allowed to share it, then you can upload that post manually as well. That's possible to do. The other reason could well be that the content is age restricted in some way. So because Meta use your own logged in individual kind of account information to work out how old you are, if you're trying to view content as a non-logged in user, it might not show it to you. So if you are uploading content and you're seeing a "this isn't available" message, it could also be that as well. But do get in touch with us at support@coveragebook.com if you have any questions. We'd be more than happy to help check that for you as well and go through any details. Now, let's have a look at Instagram stories. Yeah, this is a big one. I think that honestly, this has probably been one of the most requested features and the thing that's felt really missing from social media for such a long time. So I'm really pleased that we can now do this. If you upload a live story URL from an influencer's account, we will collect an image or a playable embed of that story. We will also collect the followers of the account, and we'll set up that account profile in your account, in your coverage book account, like I have here for this G Atherton one. What I would recommend is that if there are a number of different stories available, it's probably worth uploading each.
I think we've lost David somehow. See if he's about to come back. There he is back. I was about to take over from you there, David.
I'm very sorry. For some reason, my video and microphone just dropped out, but I'm back again. So hopefully you still saw the screen share. Where did I get to, Laura?
You basically got to, you were about to explain the difference between adding an Instagram profile URL versus each of the different stories.
Oh, perfect.
Let's start from there.
Almost up to date then, great. Yes, so just to recap, like uploading an individual story URL is definitely going to work better for you because it will just capture that one thing and you've got that saved. Although stories are really temporary as well, as Laura mentioned, like once you've uploaded a story and it's successfully imported to your coverage book report, it's yours to keep and use. It won't disappear. Even if the story disappears online, you'll still have that saved embed or image and all of the details there in your coverage book report. The only issue is you've got to capture them quickly before they go. You can also upload a profile URL, a stories URL, which this will essentially collect all of the stories that are available on the account from approximately the time that you add the URL to coverage book. So you can see here that it's actually pulled through those two individual stories that I added above. This is great, and I think it's proved really popular with customers, but it's worth remembering that obviously it just captures the stories that are available at that moment in time. If other stories are added later or the stories change once you've added this original URL, they won't update automatically over time. So if you just want to capture a one-time kind of image, this will work really well for you. But otherwise, I would recommend for now going with the individual story URLs. If I dive into Instagram and just go to this particular account, to get hold of the story, if you just click on the story circle in the top left, and then you can use these arrows to scroll between the different stories, and then it will give you that individual story URL that you can upload to coverage book. So yeah, hopefully that will work really well for you, and do let us know if you have any questions about that on support. Sometimes what can happen is, I don't have an example in this report, but if you do upload a story URL and you see like a black square here that says something like log in to view this story, or this story is no longer available, it could mean a couple of things. It could be that the story link has expired within the 24-hour period that was added. It could also mean that there is some restriction on us being able to show that particular story. It could be a privacy setting or something like that. Again, we will still pull through all of the account details, the followers, and we'll set up that clip for you. And if you do have access to that story and can share it, then you can just grab an image and drop it into the clip. It's really quick and easy to do that. So for example, if I just dive into the edit view of this particular report, just go into any of those, click on the add edit media area, and then you have the option here to add your own images. You can drag and drop them around to change their position, and you can also choose to hide any images that you don't want to show as well. So you've got some control there to edit what you show. So that's had a look at Instagram stories.
Before we move on, David, I think one of the questions is quite good actually. Do we capture story views and reach? I think if you go to that edit view.
Oh yeah, really good question. No. So what you will see when you import any clip into coverage book, we will always show our kind of default placeholder metrics. So you'll always see views and engagements down on the bottom. Really good question. Like, I think if we had access to that data, we would be able to provide it, but particularly with Instagram stories, only the influencer, when they're logged into their own account, can see that kind of detail. So it's just not possible for us to get hold of any other metrics other than the followers for the account. But I mean, this is a big step forwards just in terms of saving time, being able to upload the URL. If that data ever does become publicly available in the future, then absolutely we would look at providing it. But yeah, for now it will just be followers that we can collect. Now let's move on to print coverage. This is a relatively new update for us that we launched around the beginning of May, I think, and it should hopefully save people that are uploading print coverage a lot of time. So we are using some image and text analysis automation to look at all of the text within a particular image that you're uploading as a file. And if we can see something like a publication date, a publication name, or the title of the publication as well, or article, we will pull all of that information automatically, and we'll actually set it up as a clip in your account for you. So you won't need to upload files anymore and then manually do things like add the outlet name and all of the data. We should be able to pull that for you. There are some exceptions here, of course. For the image analysis to work, it must have all of the text and information on the page. So if you are uploading something like a really kind of cropped, close, like image of a clipping, it might be that we don't collect any information for that because it's not available. So if you are able to look at potentially getting something like a full page image for your newspaper or magazine or press cutting or whatever it is, if you upload that and all of the text is available, we should be able to get to it for you, which is really nice. If you upload multiple pages as well, just as before, you can choose to add those pages as single individual clips, or you can choose to add all of the clips together, all of the pages together as one article like I have here, and you can scroll between the two as well. Let me show you how this works in practice. So I'm just going to dive into the print coverage section of this particular report. What you can do is if you just hit the add coverage button and choose upload coverage files, and then click to drop your file into the report. You can upload up to 50 files at a time, up to 250 megabytes per file, just as you were able to before. And then hit next. And then when you import the clip, it will stay blank for a few moments, and because we're basically scanning it. So don't worry if nothing happens for a while. If you're uploading quite a few clips, it can take a little bit of time. But as you've seen there, what we'll do is we'll pull through information about that image from the clip itself. So you'll see that this has set it up as the Trendsetter outlet. It's also given it a title and pulled through the published date. That's a little bit old, this example, but it's pulled through the published date from this page, which is, super quick and easy to do. If you already have this outlet saved in your coverage book account, then the next time you upload coverage from this outlet, it will just automatically assign it to it. And if you've added something like circulation or an audience number already, it will pull that data through for you. This is relatively new technology for us, and it is kind of scanning text automatically. So sometimes it might not be exactly right. And when that happens, you can still edit what you see here. So for example, I don't really want to use this particular title. Instead, I can use 6 Ways to Be in Style, which I think is probably the title that I want to use here instead. So I can just update that for this clip quickly, and then that's done. Do get in touch if you have any questions about using this, but hopefully uploading print coverage should be a much faster experience now. If you ever do find that you've added an image and you didn't want it to particularly assign to something like a print outlet that's existing in your account and you want to change that, if you hit the edit outlet area at the top, and then from here you can go to assign to a different outlet, and then just have a search for it to see whether or not you have already added this outlet in your account before. And if so, I might have loads in here for Trendsetter just to show you an example. yeah, so say for example, I wanted this to go to Trendsetter Quarterly magazine. I can select that, hit next, and then assign the clip to it. Or if you've not added content from this outlet before and you want to set a brand new one up, if you head to the assign to a different outlet area and click on add new, from here you can drop in an outlet logo if you prefer. You can select the type of outlet that it is, the outlet name. Just going to call this one Trendsetter Test because I've already added a few before. You can give the outlet a description and you can add the circulation here, and then you can just hit save and it will create that outlet and assign the clip to that outlet in your account as well. So that's what you can do to kind of edit the clip and also assign the clip to different outlets. Hopefully that will help and hopefully save you a lot of time when you're adding your print coverage. If you are interested in checking out your outlets area as well, because I've just got a couple of moments left to talk through, what we can do is if you click on the coverage tab in the top left and head to the outlets area, this will be a list of all of the outlets that you've ever added to your account since you've been a customer. There's lots of things that you can basically do here. But if we go across to that outlet we looked at earlier for Trendsetter, for example, we can find it here. So it's got 14 pieces of coverage that I've assigned to it over time. This is where you can come if you wanted to manage the overall outlet profile. So you can do things like update the print circulation number for future coverage. You can also, so for example, if I just edit that quickly now to 15,000. If you wanted to update past coverage as well, you can just select those clips and you can update those with the latest information available. So it's quick and easy to do things like make bulk updates. You can also assign batches of multiple clips to different outlets from this area as well. So it's a really good place to come if you do want to make any kind of global edits to a particular outlet or change any details and then apply that to all of your past clips too. I think that's everything I had to cover, Laura. Did you have any questions?
Keeping Will nice and busy. I think he's been answering most as we go along, and some to highlight. I think maybe Hannah mentioned, does it matter if the print coverage is captured via tool, not a photo? But no, any image, we just need to read the image. It doesn't matter where that came from.
Yeah, it could be a PDF, a PNG, a JPEG. That's absolutely fine. No problem. Just upload it, and as long as the text is readable.
And the more questions are coming through about Instagram stories. We've seen this in some of the initial feedback, haven't we? About adding if you add in the URL of the profile, then you get the stories underneath, versus the individual story link. I think someone was asking about that. So Davida was asking about if individual stories inside the highlight do not get their own unique shareable URL. They should have a shareable URL, shouldn't they? The highlights, because they stay live for longer.
I believe so. I mean, I'm not hugely au fait, but you should be able to. So I think these are the highlights at the bottom here. So like these should be more permanent and should work for you as well. So if you do upload like an Instagram /story/highlights URL, we should be able to pull those details through.
So yeah, I think it's basically you can add the profile link, but I think it's always preferable if you add these individual story links. Get them quick if they're just live on the story. If they're highlights, you've got a bit more time, but then they should work for you.
Yeah, they'll work better for you. I did see a question about what do you want if you only want to show a few of the stories from a particular profile that you've uploaded. That's fine. If you click on that add edit media area here, you can actually just you can hide any images that you don't want to show from the public report. So if you just hit that hide button, and then when you view or share the report with your stakeholders or viewers, they will just see the particular clip. They won't see the images that you've hidden. So you can customize what you see and what you don't from that content as well.
There's a couple more questions I need to pull out as well. You're very chatty today. The next one, I can't remember who mentioned it. Do you need to upgrade your coverage book plan to access all of these? No, this is for everybody, whatever plan you're on. All you simply need to do is just add the coverage and you're set to go. So that was a great question. We didn't cover that off, but no, it's good for everyone. And then Anisha has asked, will media value be added as a feature? I don't think we can answer that one on this webinar because that's a whole webinar in itself. But Anisha, I'll email you separately about media values and what you can do. Get too excited to talk about this, and we are 1 minute over. But I'll try and grab your email, Anisha, or email in at Laura@coveragebook.com, and I'm happy to chat about that until the cows come home. And I think we've got everything. I think we've answered everything. So yeah, thank you everyone for joining us. Sorry we kept you for 1 extra minute. Like we said, this recording will be sent out. I know a few people joined a little bit late. And so we welcome your feedback. So obviously we're bringing quite a few changes at the moment. The Instagram stories and the print especially might take slightly different workflows at your ends from what you're maybe used to, but we're hoping it's speeding it up. But any feedback, the good, the bad and the ugly, is always good to know from our point of view. So if something's not working, let us know. If something is working, also let us know, because it's always nice to feedback to the team, not just the problems. But yeah, I'm glad to see these updates. They're really helpful. So thank you very much. And I hope you all have a lovely rest of the day, whether you come into the end or this is your morning. Hopefully that's been useful. All right, we'll see you all. Oh, next time we think we've got a super special webinar coming up. And I can't say much about it yet, but it's good. We, for once, might not be talking about the coverage you can add to Coverage Book. I think we'll be looking at more about the analysis and insight, and some areas we've been working in that area, which is going to be super exciting. So definitely keep your eyes out for the next webinar that will go live, and it'll be lovely to see you all there again. All right, see you later. Bye-bye.